What's up YouTube, TenTonTerror here, and today we will be answering the very important question of who will Robin smash with? We're referring to Smash Ultimate, not in his own sexual life, so please nobody make that joke in the comments, even though I already did. Anyway, this video is going to be answering the question of the assumption that Chrom will not be in Robin's Final Smash, as Robin's Final Smash is one of the only Final Smashes that we've yet to see. And it brings up a lot of questions. Like, is he going to change it? Is Chrom going to be an Echo Fighter of Ike and maybe Marth put together? Like, what is Sakurai planning? And under the assumption that Robin is getting a new Final Smash, here are a few ideas I have for it. Now, to understand why I picked what I did, we're going to look into some of the logic from Robin's game and why Sakurai chose his Final Smash to begin with. Now, the reason Chrom was going to be put into Robin's Final Smash was due to the fact he wanted to represent the pair-up mechanic from The Course Awakening. So naturally, Chrom and Robin are the two main characters, so it would make sense. Though originally, Chrom was going to be his own playable character, but he was eventually scrapped due to the fact he'd be too similar to Ike and Marth, in which Robin was a much better fit in Sakurai's mind, which definitely makes sense when you look at the greater picture of things. Now, with Chrom off the table and having his own character slot, well, I mean, as far as an Echo goes at least, who could they replace? Now, when you look at the Awakening cast, there's a lot of characters they could use, though there are two that really come out of the, I don't know how to word this correctly. Two that really stick out. Those two being Lissa and Morgan. The reason they pick Lissa is, well, Lissa, generally speaking, most people would say that if Robin has a canon wife, it's most definitely probably Lissa. Just generally speaking, as Lucina doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about canonicity at times, though that's debatable, so, don't at me. Anyway, people generally say Lissa due to the fact that her son has white hair in his official art, and there's only two fathers that can do that. That's either Robin or Henry, and Lissa Henry is nobody's favorite ship. I'm just waiting for those hate comments now. Anyway, Lissa would work as she's also the most relevant extra character in terms of plot. Like, Lissa's in a bunch of the cutscenes, and she has a primarily pretty big role in Awakening. So she would work. She simply just uses her axe, and they simply have to change the animation from what Chrom did. So have Lissa beat people with her axe or use her staff to some degree. Would be pretty easy. Or if you want to go the magic route, since Lissa can become a sage, just use some more spells like Robin does. Simple enough. It could be an easy change, and I feel Lissa would be a good way to represent Awakening. Like, she's a pretty popular character, and some people actually have been requesting her for Smash. Now, if they don't want to use Lissa, because that could, Nintendo doesn't really like to say which couples are canon, except for, of course, Chrom and Samia if you've played Awakening. So they could simply do an even better option and make Morgan like the playable, not playable, I'm an idiot. Make Morgan the first partner for the Final Smash, as Morgan is your kid in Awakening, and they could simply change Morgan's gender between whichever Robin you are. If you're male Robin, you get female Morgan. If you're female Robin, you get male Morgan. And they could simply do their magical things because they canonically would probably be a tactician class. So they just use some magic, punch stuff with their swords, do stuff like that. Though they could also just they could also, if they really wanted to, make Morgan like an alternate skin for Robin, but I don't think they'd ever do that. Now, what if they don't want to use another character? Say they're like, okay, screw the pair-up mechanic. This game's like 6 years old now. Who needs it? Well, there's two other options I feel. The most interesting option I feel would be him summoning Grima to just assault his foes. Like him just turning evil for a split second, and then summoning the final boss of Awakening, which pairs, he's related to for his bloodline. Just have Grima just wreck crap, kind of like Bayonetta's Final Smash. That would be really cool. And if they didn't want to do that, the only other thing I could see Robin realistically doing is, well, please to God, don't let him do the critical hit. We have enough of that. Or he can just use some of his stronger spells, like him just busting out Thoron, or some of the other stronger spells in the game, like Excalibur, stuff like that. That would be the only other option I could really see Robin do. Though I think what's most likely is he'll either have Grima, or he'll either, I would say probably Lissa or Morgan. I'd say Lissa's more likely just to her being more relevant, and people have actually requested her to be in Smash. So I feel like that would be I think that would be the best option, just to have Lissa be it. I'm totally not biased for Lissa at all. Best girl. Anyway, what do you guys think? Who do you think Robin will smash with? And looking at these options, oh, no one picked Morgan. Oh, I'm a terrible human being. Anyway, leave your guys' thoughts in the comments below. This has been TenTon. Peace.